There you are. How you doing? Listen, this message is going to bless every man that's out there who's struggling um, with hidden weaknesses. That's right. I want to talk to you about hidden weaknesses. A lot of times in our lives, and I'm guilty of it. For me, an example, growing up, my dad he never showed he never showed his weakness at all. He never showed his weakness. He never let his kids see him, cry, or he never, he never put himself in a situation where we had to ask my dad, "Are you okay?" My dad, he's a fighter. I'm just gonna be honest, man. That's all I know about my dad. He's a fighter, and what I mean by that is, 32 years, my dad never never ever been without a job. Even when jobs was getting on his nerves, jobs was not doing right, he still stuck with that job. He all the thing I know of my dad is going to work. That's it. Going to work. He never stayed at home to do, nothing. Anytime he stayed at home is when he was off for work. Like his days off, scheduled days off. But when times got hard around the house, my dad never showed his weakness. And what do you mean by that? What I mean by that, when things like we bills and certain things, got in the way that caused a lot of dust into our housing and into our lives, my dad was the one who poured the rain to get rid of the dust. He's the one that always said, this he was the leader, which he was. My dad was the leader of the house. He was the head of the house, and my mom, she was the queen of the house. My mom never really showed weakness either. They've been married 40 years, I believe. And not one time my mother showed weaknesses. My mother always made a way. My mother used to feed us when we didn't have much. She used to feed us. She used to go to bed starving when we went to bed with a full stomach. So I thank God for that. I thank God for that. But let's talk about men. Let's talk about you. Me personally, I have had a lot of weaknesses in my life. I have, man, because I was so afraid of failing. I was so afraid of being embarrassed. I was so afraid of people seeing me down. I was used to people seeing me up. I was not used to people seeing me down. Got evicted, got kicked out of some houses, got fired, got mistreated by friends. All of the above you can think of, man. But what makes men strong is when you fight through your storm. What do you mean fight through my storm? When you fight through your storm, it's just like the SWAT team. They had the shields, right? What is the shields for? The shields is for so nobody would attack them, correct? They may throw stuff. Guess what? It's blocking it. They may launch at you and try to punch you. Guess what? The shield is going to block it. We need to have a shield build up in our life as men. We need to be, more strong in relationships and more strong in the community and more strong in your family, because it's okay to be weak. It's okay. In order to be strong, you have to be weak first. You just can't be strong and expect to just be strong. No, you have to face battles. You have to face trials. You have to face tribulations. You have to face a storm. Listen, you go get knocked. You going to get knocked down, but it's not about you getting knocked down. But it's all about how you get back up. If you get back up stumbling and you stay down, then you already know the count 10. You out the ring. But if you get back up and just say, I'm able to walk and I'm able to continue this fight, what happened next? They continue the fight because you are able to stand. It's okay to cry. I don't know how many times I didn't cry. I'm just gonna be honest, man. I mean, if us men, we as men, learn how to be honest in a lot of things, I think when situations occur, we'll be okay talking about it because our ego and our pride has been set to the side. And that's what I had to do in my early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. I had to set my ego to the side. I have not always been the right man. I have not always been a good dad. I mean, I'm just being honest, man. I felt in a lot of areas as a father. But as a husband, as a boyfriend, however you guys want to title it, I fell. And because I fell, Donnie McClurkin said, what? We got to get back up again. And I got back up again, and I kept fighting. I let my ego go because, listen, sometimes our ego can be our worst enemy. I'm going to take a sip to that one. Sometimes our ego can be our worst enemy. It's not always your wife. It's not always the financial situation in the home that's causing eruption inside your home. No, it sometimes can be your ego. It sometimes can be your pride. I'm the man. I'm not doing nothing. This is my house. Whatever. This is what's going to go down. It's okay to feel that way. But how are you going to really pass on your legacy to your kids? And the only thing they see in their father or whoever in general is a tough guy. We don't always have to solve problems, and we cannot always solve problems being tough. We can't, man. It's okay to be soft. Physically, it's not, not physically. I don't want you to go out there and say, well, he said it's okay to be soft and let beat me up. No, I'm talking about it's okay to be soft mentally. Because, listen, I had to allow my mindset to be soft. Because if I had that ego that couldn't nobody tell me anything, and I had it. I have had that ego. Couldn't nobody tell me anything. But I had to really put my ego to the side and put my pride to the side because I wanted to be taught. I had started having kids. I have boys, all boys. I had a daughter. Rest in peace, my love. But I couldn't sit up here and allow my kids to see a tough dad and can't see and don't see a dad who really cares about his life. Because if your kids see that you don't care about your life, how can you care about their life? How can you care about their life? So once again, stop letting your ego be your worst enemy. Stop blaming everything on the devil, because it's not always the devil. It's your ego. It's your ego's causing problems into your domestic situation. It was my ego that caused problems in my domestic situation. I went to jail for domestic violence. I mean, I might as well just be honest. I went to jail, but I wasn't charged with domestic violence. I got arrested. Luckily, thank God for the judge. She threw it out because I learned my lesson. That's not what I wanted to do. And it really wasn't anything physical, physical at the time when I, got arrested. But I was upset. I was mad. You catch that? I was upset and I was mad. How can you be upset and mad at the same time? Well, I was upset about the situation. I was mad because I'm going to jail. Because I know for a fact I didn't do nothing. But sometimes our ego will cause a bad reaction into your domestic situation. And once I talked to Judge Early, I believe that was her name, in Cleveland. Once I talked to her, I said to myself, like, this is not the type of life I want to live. I want to make a change in the community. I can't make a change in the community if I haven't made a change in myself yet. Everything that I touched when I was doing crazy things out there, everything that I touched, God condemned it. Everything. I tried to do that, God stopped it. I tried to do that, God stopped it. God said, I will not bless you with any other skills if you are still out there misusing my skills, which is his skills. And I didn't get that at first, but now I get it. So jumping back into men, it's okay, men. We need to start talking. We need to start talking about our problems. We need to start really understanding what it really means to be a man and to be humble. Sometimes you have to look at the situation different to understand it. What do you mean? If I get a big crowd in a circle and they and it's like going crazy, and let's just say I'm doing security and I see a big crowd, and what's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to see what's going on. So I'll go over there to the crowd to see what's going on. They over there egging people on because somebody in the middle of the crowd fighting. So you have to understand, we have to look at the situation different. I cannot have looked at that situation and say, oh, it's drugs, or it's it's gunfights, or he's going to jail, or he's getting arrested, or he's about to get the cops. We can't look at the situation like that. We have to go and visualize the situation. We have to go see what's going on. We have to see what's going on in our mindset as men, so we can understand wives, or understand significant other, or understand your mom, your sister. However, we have to look at the situation different. It's not always going to be sunny. It's not always going to be it's not always going to be the grass is not always going to be greener on the other side. What do? We stay positive in a negative situation. Yes, that's what we do. We stay positive in a negative situation, because in your storm, if you got a storm going on, if you don't have an umbrella, I could never pronounce that word. If you don't have an umbrella, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to start panicking. Why? Because it's rain everywhere. Oh, my God, I don't like to get my hair wet. Oh, my God, I'm getting my outfit wet. Oh, my God, I'm going to smell like rain and outside. Oh, my God. Wait. But if we have an umbrella, you put the umbrella on, correct? Yes, correct. And then it stops you from getting what? Wet. Your outfit dirty, your outfit wet, your hair wet, your quick weave, however it is, it stops you from getting wet. So we have to understand how to stay positive. So what did that have to do with, staying positive? What I meant was, no matter, we know it's raining. We know it's thundering out there. But you staying positive. You staying positive until that rain settles, you should be fine. But it's when we start reacting when storms hit us, that's where we mess up as men. We start reacting when a storm hit us. What we do? Because we have an ego we don't want to set to the side. I'm just going to be honest with you. We have an ego we don't want to set to the side. So what do we do? First thing we do, we go fight. First thing we do, we want to go back in times on what made us strong. And that's, I'm going to handle with fighting, then I'm going to beat you up. It's not all about that. It's not all about that. And I learned that myself, because I was I'm guilty of it too. I didn't know how to act. I used to play basketball a lot, and next thing you know, I'm about to fight the guys I'm playing basketball with. Some guys been on my team before, and I was about to fight them. I didn't know how to control my temper. My mom and my dad was about to take out a life policy on me, or sign me up with a life policy, but I had to make a change. When I was like a few years ago, they told me that. I had to make a change, because I didn't want my mother and my dad burying me. I didn't want that due to something that I could have controlled, couldn't control, but I could have controlled if something would have got a hold of me. I mean, if something would have killed me, what I'm saying, I would have been mad, that I had opportunity to fix it, but I didn't. But when my parents told me that's what they was going to do, I had to make a change. I really had to make a change. It wasn't safe for me. It wasn't safe for my. And sometimes when you allow people into your life and you have a lot of storms, whatever happened to them in the midst of your storm while you're with them, you're going to be held accountable for that. Because the worst thing you can do is go try to find love when you are under distress, or when you are going through some emotions. That's the worst thing to do, because you don't never go find somebody while you're in a storm. You don't do that. You shouldn't be going to find nobody anyway. You shouldn't do that, because once the storm is over, can I give you an example? I'm going to give you a real good example, right? Everybody know, right? When fall hits, what happened? Leaves fall down, right? Listen, catch this. And then after fall is what? Winter. And then we get snow. We get 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches. We get snow, correct? So here's the thing. Here's the catch. You're not always going to get all of those leaves out your yard. It's just no way. You might have a windstorm that it may blow wind everywhere, right? Catch this. After the winter is what? Spring. So when the snow started to melt, you start to see everything that was covered up, right? You start to see everything that was covered up. And you start to say, man, my yard look what? tacky or junky. Okay, now let's go back. So what are you saying? What I'm saying is, once the storm is cleared up in your head, once God, have cleared everything up, and then now you got this new person, you like, what in the world I was thinking? That's the key part. You was in the storm when you picked, or when you choose to talk to that individual. And now that you start to see different signs from that individual, and you start to see different things that you haven't seen in this person since you guys been dating, you start to see everything now. It's just like the snow. The snow started to clear up, and now you start to see all the trash in your yard. You started to see all the trash this person is giving you. You didn't know this person was like that. Why? Because you didn't take time out of yourself to clear your mindset to be ready for another person. Never, ever, ever go in another relationship during your storm. Never do that. Have yourself together. Have yourself together. Have your mindset together. Have your standards together. Have everything together before you go meet somebody. Because they might be in a storm too. Their storm might be worse than yours. And now you got two storms facing each other. What that equals up to? A tornado. Hey, I'm just going to be honest, a tornado, So we have to make sure, man, we stay humble. Man, let's do something different. Let's change the world. I mean, we can't. It's a lot of men in this world. And this message is for men, and I probably did hit some key points for females, women as well. But this is for men. Let's make a change. Period. Let's make a change, man. Let's stand up for something. Let's do a better job. Let's do a better job as men. The world is not going to change until we change ourselves. And I believe us men is so powerful, so powerful. How come we can't use that same power we have in the gym? Talking to me too. How come we can't use that same power we have in the gym to create some change in the community? Our voice matters. We need to make a change, period. We need to make a change, man. Like I said, man, it's okay to cry. Man, it's okay to be weak. Man, it's okay. It's okay to fall down to your knees and just tell God, I need help. Because if you don't feel comfortable in just kneeling or whoever God you pray to, you headed towards a dark road, because it's going to be a situation. It's going to be a time where you're going to need God, or you're going to need your ego to get, pushed to the side, because you're going to have to face this battle. Sometimes, but you have to face this battle by yourself. And that's what I did. I faced a lot of battles by myself, man, but I made it out. I didn't give up. I kept fighting. I really did. I kept fighting. And we have a lot of grown men out here in the world. We have a lot of grown men, but we have a lot of men with a boy mindset. Period. We have a lot of men with a boy mindset. Some of us don't know what a dad is. Some of us don't know what a father is. Some of us never had a father. Never had a father. They don't even know what it is. I ran across a lot of people in my past, where I was told that I don't know who my dad is. I don't know, never seen him. I don't care about him. That may be true, but when I hear things like that, that's kind of sad, But it was a situation that the guy couldn't control, or a situation that I couldn't control by hearing it, because things happen. But it's sad to hear another man say that, they don't have a dad or a father. They never did. So they learning things on their own. So if they make mistakes, ladies, you really can't get that mad, because they have not had a man figure in their life. And let me make it clear, make no doubt about it. Women, you cannot teach your man how to be a man. I'm just going to be honest with you. Stop trying to have your man on the same level as you, because a grown man should not be on the same level as a woman. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's two different levels. So, like I said, men, let's make a change in our life, in our community, in our kids' life. Let's be better. Let's be better. Do not throw in the towel. You are too close. I'm going to be posting YouTube videos every single night. Tonight was the night for men not to give up. Don't give up. Stay in it. Stay in it. And the title is hidden. Remember what I said. Hidden weaknesses. That's what title. Hidden weaknesses. So tomorrow we're going to continue this hidden weaknesses. I might turn it into a series and invite some people, but it's going to be hidden weaknesses. I'm a man, but I'm hiding my weakness because I don't want my kids, or I don't want my wife, or I don't want nobody to see me weak. It's time to show your weakness. It's okay. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna continue the series. I hope somebody, some guy, some man, some boy, however, somebody got something out of this. This is going to be going on every day. I'm blessed that this blessed somebody. So once again, let's stay strong, man. Salute. Let's make a change. Take it easy.